Good evening. Hello. Welcome. So nice to see you. I'm Ian Witherspoon. I'm your host, and I am Between Taorminas.
Look at this great jersey. It's beautiful.
Yes, indeed. Well,
Yeah.
this guy.
Hi.
This bum has the audacity to lose 2 games in a row and still come in here wearing a burgundy and teal or whatever color that blue is.
Hey, I'm proud. I'm proud of being an Avalanche.
Proud of what? What are you, 500 now?
I'm
Below
proud of being an
500?
Avalanche fan. I'm proud.
9-10 is your record now?
8-10.
That's pride. Good job. Good job. See you in the playoffs. Oh, wait. No, we won't. Hey, anyways, how about you? No, you won't be there either.
I'll be there. I'm 11-9 right now.
You're what?
11-9 right now. Got LA tonight.
Where at?
LA. Staples.
Okay. All right.
Speaking of streaks, let's talk about the streaks. Whose streak is better, Chicago Blackhawks or the Miami Heat? What do you guys think? Sam starts off. I think Chicago because the way that it's a shortened 48-game season. For them to come out and start like this is very impressive. I mean, like, if you look at it, Kane's been doing well, Sharp's been doing well for Chicago. I think that for Chicago, if they keep on playing the way they're capable of playing, it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if they go far in the playoffs. It's going to be hard to beat Chicago in a 4-game playoff series right now, the way that they're playing right now.
But you never know with the Detroit Pistons.
The thing is,
The Detroit Pistons a couple of years ago, remember they had the NBA's best record, and then all of a sudden they ended up losing the conference final.
You know, regular season success, a lot of times, unless you're the Chicago Bulls, does not translate to postseason success.
Good point. Very, very good point.
You look at the Wings when they went 62 and whatever they went, you know, then they lost in the playoffs. Was that 95-ish, possibly? 96?
96, it was to the Abs.
You're living in the past, man.
Well, you stated a question, so I'm just stating it.
All right. What happened
Anyways.
in 02? I remember that one pretty well. Patrick Waugh. Listen, what the Heat streak, 16 right now, right?
Yep.
To win like they won yesterday, that's pretty impressive.
Who
LeBron.
are they really playing?
That's a good point.
Who are they playing?
The Orlando Magic.
It's like they're playing like a bunch of like 3-year-old puppies.
Oh,
I'm not.
they're technically not puppies when they're 3.
If you look at the Orlando Magic, if you look at the Miami Heat, they're going to eventually be broken up, probably by next year because of the salary cap.
LeBron's going back to Cleveland.
Maybe.
I'm just saying.
You know, right now the way Miami's playing, LeBron is the catalyst right now behind the Heat's success. The one of the big and the thing is LeBron is starting to become a leader. It's starting to become LeBron's team only in Miami. Do I think it should be Dwayne Wade's team? Yes, but he's letting LeBron lead the team for right now. But LeBron is getting it done on the court offensively and also defensively. And that's, you know, you got to give credit to him. You got to give also credit to the intangibles as well of Miami for keeping the streak the way it is.
I think Miami's the most overrated team in the NBA because if you look at, I think the team to beat right now is the Indiana Pacers.
Pacers.
Yes, I think the Indiana Pacers are going to be in the NBA Finals this year. They will beat the Miami Heat. You just watch. Indiana's actually not a bad team this year.
They're not a bad team, but they're not going to beat Miami.
Yeah, they'll beat Miami.
They will not beat Miami.
They will beat Miami.
There's about 3 teams in this league that are good. Maybe 4.
Certainly not the Lakers.
Heat, Spurs, Thunder, and then the Clippers. And you can then you can throw in the Pacers, maybe the Knicks.
Both.
No, you don't have Derrick Rose. They're okay, but they're not really. They're not. They're not good. They're not
Just
a powerhouse.
watch for the Indiana Pacers.
What about the Milwaukee Bucks with J.J. Redick?
J.J. Redick's in Orlando.
No, he's in Milwaukee now.
Oh, they traded?
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyways, let's focus. Let's focus here now. The Miami Heat at 16 is not even the longest streak of this
No,
NBA
it's the
season.
Lakers 33, I believe.
Well, no. I mean, in the
Lakers.
season. Remember the
Oh.
Clippers earlier in the year won
Yes.
17 in a row.
I think Miami will go down the NBA. If Miami does get to the NBA Finals, I think they're going to lose
What
either
team
the
do you
Clippers
think's
or
going to
Thunder.
break the streak of Miami? That's the question. I mean, you look at the record. The record for the longest streak is Wilt Chamberlain and the Lakers at 33 games. So, we're getting to the point where this is the Chicago Bulls.
Right.
We're getting to the point where that's successful. Stat line. And Chicago got it done.
Right. They got done in the regular season
And the playoffs.
Right.
Can I go back to the Blackhawks for a minute, though?
Yeah, because I think that's the more impressive.
Yeah,
streak.
that's
Because it's a
personally.
shortened season.
Yes.
48 games. They've played pretty much the best teams in the West, and they've gotten they've gotten a point off them.
Yep.
I mean, you look at the Avs, you look at the Wings, you look at the Stars, you look at Canucks, Sharks,
Wild.
Yes, these are very good teams that they're playing, and Chicago's getting it done. You got to give credit to Joe Quenneville. You got to give credit to the players, especially Kane out there, who's
Goaltenders.
goaltending. I mean, you got to give a lot of props. to
Well, what
him.
about up top? You know what I mean? You got to give, Scotty
Bowmans, yeah.
The Bowmans. You got to give them props, too, for turning around the Chicago Blackhawks.
Hey, they put together a team that's talented, top to bottom, can beat you any way, defensively, offensively.
That's what's scary about
goaltending.
this team is that they're getting it done on every way of the aisle. They're getting it done with scoring. They're getting it done with, goaltending. They're getting it done with defense. It's going to be hard to beat Chicago in a 4-game series.
That's why I don't think there's much of a question which is the better streak, because the Heat are doing it in a league where there's not that many great teams.
No.
Whereas in the Western
Chicago.
Conference, look at the Western Conference. You lose a game, you can go from 4th place to like 11th.
Yeah, there's so much balance in the West.
Yeah.
It's going to
In
be
the
real
NHL.
tough to make the
In the West,
playoffs
yeah.
from the West, you know what I mean?
Especially if you're from Dallas.
If you're from Detroit.
No, well, we tend to make the playoffs every year.
Well, you might not make the playoffs this year.
Well, the Wings
We
have
might
a
not.
history
Dallas
of
has not played a game since
the Wings
Saturday.
have a history of being, quote, inconsistent. They play well against the great teams, but they do very bad against the poor teams.
You guys just do bad against everybody. So that's too bad.
That's
You
your
just
opinion.
wait March 16th. Dallas gets their next chance at snapping the streak.
At Chicago,
It'll be at Dallas.
do you think the streak will still be alive by March 16th?
Maybe.
Maybe, maybe not. They got to go to Denver
Yeah,
Friday.
go to Denver.
correct?
Yeah, Friday, yeah.
And I'll get another crack breaking them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we'll see what
Well,
happens.
here's the thing. Chicago, here's the thing. Like, Colorado can skate with Chicago.
Yeah, we've seen that.
We've seen that. I think it could happen in Denver. Could stop in Denver. We'll see what happens.
All right. All right. Anything else you want to add in with the Heat and the Avalanche? Can you get that thing out of here? It stinks.
No
Next
way, I
segment.
love it.
I can't handle it.
No way, I love it.
Reeks.
We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to talk Summit League basketball tournament here on Between Taorminas on ON TV.
Prescription drug abuse is a national epidemic. The new in way to obtain drugs is through parents' or grandparents' medicine chests. Removing prescriptions from your cabinet is the best way to keep drugs out of the hands of our young people. We've got to work together to protect our teens, our seniors, and our environment. Clean out your medicine cabinet today. Please participate in Operation Medicine Cabinet and drop off your unwanted or expired prescriptions at one of our law enforcement drop-off sites in Oakland County. We can't ignore this situation anymore.
We own a Habitat home.
I love working on my Habitat home.
Soy dueño de una casa de Habitat.
My neighbor is a Habitat homeowner.
Being a Habitat homeowner has changed our lives.
My mortgage payment for Habitat is less than what I pay for rent.
Habitat for Humanity of Oakland County currently has homes available with mortgage payments lower than most rent payments. If you or someone you know needs decent and affordable housing, call 248-338-1843 or visit our website at habitatoakland.org.
Welcome back to Between Taorminas, where lunacy reigns supreme. I'm joined, as always, by by the boys.
Hi, Ian.
Hi.
All right. This weekend, Saturday through Tuesday, we've got Summit League Tournament. We've got Oakland as the number 4 seed going in. And, I want to talk to you guys about the importance of the mid-major tournaments because, in my view, compared to the Power 6 tournaments, the mid-major ones, there's a lot more pressure because
it's one bid league.
It's a one bid league to the NCAA tournament, and there's no guarantee of teams making postseason tournaments, so there's more pressure. Do you guys agree with me?
I believe there's more pressure on the teams that are in the mid-majors, obviously, yes, to win. But, the point of every game is to win. So if you're a team fighting, if you're a team kind of on the bubble in, say, the Big Ten, like maybe not Minnesota, Purdue.
I think there's 7 teams in the Big Ten will be in.
Maybe Purdue or something.
I think there's going to be some
nothing?
certain teams that are going to be nervous. If you look at some of these conference tournaments, like the Summit League, you know what I mean? Summit League's like a one-bid league, but also got to watch for Creighton. You got to watch out for with teams like Wichita State or a team that comes out of nowhere and wins their conference tournament. It's very dangerous.
I want to stick with the Summit League for a minute. If we can pull the bracket out for the tournament, we've got South Dakota State plays IUPUI.
My favorite.
We've got Oakland playing IPFW.
My second favorite.
We got North Dakota State playing UMKC. And we also got Western Illinois playing South Dakota. Any of these matchups, Ian, I don't think you pay attention to it as much, but I think that
I write for a blog,
but
SummitLeagueSports.com, lead writer.
But what matchup intrigues you?
I got 2 matches that are going to be very interesting to me. The first one is South Dakota and Western Illinois, because I think that it's in Sioux Falls. South Dakota is about an hour and a half, like north of Sioux Falls, Vermilion.
45 minutes.
I think that that they could give Western Illinois some problems. Western Illinois, of course, lost their big man.
Yeah, Terrell
Parks, and I think South Dakota's got a really good chance to upset Western Illinois.
South Dakota.
They do, because it's gonna be in front of that madhouse, and it'll be a crazy atmosphere.
Memories of 2009 between South Dakota State and Oral Roberts.
And the other one that interests me is IPFW and Oakland, because IPFW beat Oakland at Oakland last week, and also they've beaten Oakland the last 2 in about 4 weeks, 2 times in 4 weeks. And I know it's hard to beat a team 3 times, but here Fort Wayne is probably the hottest team in the Summit League right now, with the way they are playing. Of course, we found out they had a new guy in Jacobo, and then they also got Frank Gaines, who I think is probably next best kept secret, in the Summit League, behind Travis Bader and Nate Walters.
Ian, what do you think?
When you look at it on paper, this is a very intriguing tournament because all the teams really have the possibility of upsetting. There's a possibility of an upset.
Last year, we saw what happened last year.
Last year with Oakland leaving, the tournament.
Losing to Southern Utah.
Right.
Oral Roberts losing to Western Illinois.
Rest in peace, Oral Roberts.
South Dakota State, Western Illinois was your championship game last year. South Dakota State won.
It was a snoozer.
So, but Ian, if you look at it, with the experts, they're all picking South Dakota State. Some are picking North Dakota State. What do you guys think about the possibility of South Dakota State, with it being at their home, being basically at their home
South Dakota State's got no bench. Nagy does not use his bench very well. And if you look at a team, I really think I could see South Dakota State maybe losing the second round, because we don't know what the health of Nate Walters is. We don't know. And if they have to play Oakland and IPFW, the team that I don't think South Dakota doesn't want to see is Oakland.
South Dakota State.
Is because here's why. Because Oakland, of course, they have had history with South Dakota State in Sioux Falls, and I think they can get it done again, but they're gonna have to have a heck of an effort, to knock off SDSU, because South Dakota State is right now, but they also got to get past Fort Wayne first. which, you know, and that matchup's a very scary matchup in its own rights.
So either way, Fort Wayne did everything right against South Dakota State. It's just Nate Walters scored 53.
Mm-hmm.
And then Oakland knocked off South Dakota State. So either way, it's an attracting matchup.
It is.
What's your most intriguing aside from Oakland? What do you like?
There's a couple of them.
Pick one. First round.
You know, one game that will of interest to me is actually going to be North Dakota State against UMKC, because typically the 3 seed has a history of going home early. But in this case, the 6th seed is UMKC, who is leaving the Summit League to go to the WAC. So and also North Dakota State returns Taylor Braun. Some people are picking North Dakota State to actually win the thing because North Dakota State's got a lot of balance on that team.
Sure.
So that's probably the matchup I'm most intrigued with, other than Oakland versus IPFW. Also, South Dakota and Western Illinois, because that has the potential to be an upset because of what happened in 2009. South Dakota State's first time in the tournament, they knock off Oral Roberts before they lost to Oakland by 20. And that South Dakota's in that very similar situation with Western Illinois. The 2 games that South Dakota and Western Illinois played, Western Illinois won close both times. So I think it's going to be a very interesting tournament. I don't think it'll be as maddening as last year in terms of upset city.
Yeah. You just hope the 4th seed can do something, huh?
Well, the 4th seed did well last year.
I believe that Oakland can get it done. They just got 3 games in 3 days is going to be is a challenge to do. But I do believe that Oakland can do it. You got to use your bench. You got to use the bench. You got to have a high shooting percentage. You got to defend and rebound. Those are very, very critical stat lines going into the Summit League tournament.
This is a dangerous match.
So would you say somebody like Travis Bader is overrated, underrated, going to be utilized properly?
Yes. Well, IPFW did a good job on Bader when they played him. When they played him with Brent Gaines. I think they're going to do it again. You know, and I think Oakland's got to find a way to get other guys involved, especially when Bader gets taken out of the game. And I think it's a guy where Duke Mundy's got to be huge in this game.
What about Drew Valentine?
And also Drew Valentine. They got to play better. I thought Petros got to play better. You know, they all got to play better. I mean, like, they didn't play well against IPFW, you know, but also Oakland's got to find a way to stop Jacobo. They got to find a way to stop him.
Is Campy wearing the vest?
He wore the vest on Saturday.
Is he going to wear it this weekend?
There was a policy there at Oakland. I talked to Coach Campy about it, and he has to wear the shirt and tie. Tracy, who's the athletic director, made him do it.
He can wear a shirt and tie and vest, can he? That's a good look.
It's possible.
He's worn it before, but I mean, it's all about feeling comfortable.
Sure.
You know?
Okay. He's had a lot of success in the vest, though.
Oh, yes, that's true. That's for sure. Yeah. I do think that it's going to be a fun tournament, no doubt about it.
You driving over there?
I would, but I can't. It's an 18-hour journey. We should go down there sometime.
Maybe we can get corporate to sponsor a trip next year.
Yeah, we'll discuss that.
Yeah.
So I mean, we'll see what happens. I think that it's a good, you know, as I said, there's more pressure with mid-major tournament teams because of that possibility. It's a 1-bid seed to the NCAA tournament, but also, you know, there's that possibility of not playing another game. You imagine if you're a senior and you feel that way, that's not a good thing.
It's heart-wrenching, really.
Yes, it is.
All right, real quick, pick a winner.
I'm going with Oakland, and one thing, never ever mention to me that Travis Bader's overrated, because he's certainly not.
I'm not going to make a pick. I'm not going to make a pick in this tournament.
Not making a pick?
Not making a pick.
I know Robert Aiello's picking South Dakota State, and I'm not certain what Kyle Wood would say, but, you know.
You want to call him up real quick?
No.
Got about 30 seconds left.
Nah.
No? Okay. Hey, when we come back, there will not be a Colorado Avalanche jersey on this set. Thank you very much for joining us.
We want a Habitat home.
I love working on my Habitat home.
Soy dueño de una casa de Habitat.
My neighbor is a Habitat homeowner.
Being a Habitat homeowner has changed our lives.
My mortgage payment for Habitat is less than what I paid for rent.
Habitat for Humanity of Oakland County currently has homes available with mortgage payments lower than most rent payments. If you or someone you know needs decent and affordable housing, call 248-338-1843 or visit our website at habitatoakland.org.
Prescription drug abuse is a national epidemic. The new way to obtain drugs is through parents' or grandparents' medicine chests. Removing prescriptions from your cabinet is the best way to keep drugs out of the hands of our young people. We've got to work together to protect our teens, our seniors, and our environment. Clean out your medicine cabinet today. Please participate in Operation Medicine Cabinet and drop off your unwanted or expired prescriptions at one of our law enforcement drop-off sites in Oakland County. We can't ignore this situation anymore.
Welcome back to Between Taorminas, where I wish we still did the show at Oscars, so I could have a drink for days like these.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. You guys are tough to handle today.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, oh, jeez. So what are we going to talk about now?
Let's talk about the Dragons went out on Monday against Clarkston, so the season's done. How would you explain the season, Sammy?
Disappointment.
Why disappointment?
Because, well, you know, you start off 8-1, you know, and then of course you have that February, you have that 6-game stretch on the road. I mean, like
8-1. They didn't lose. They didn't go 8-1. They lost. They had a great start, then they lost to Andover, then they lost to Clarkston,
lost to Clarkson,
Adams, and Country Day.
I mean, like
good wins on Romeo.
But also, it's been a disappointment because, like, you know, just didn't get far in the playoffs. You know what I mean? From the quarterfinals. I know Clarkson was a tough matchup, but still, it's not an excuse. You know, you're supposed to have a very good team this year.
Disappointment. They co-won the OAA Blue Championship.
Yeah, but they didn't meet expectations, though, because, you know, they didn't meet expectations, in my opinion.
You look at what they did. They beat Lasser, they beat Seaholm, they beat Harrison. They won all their league games at home this year. Yes, they had the setbacks at Lasser, Harrison, and Seaholm, but you look at the season overall, I thought they had a pretty good season. They beat Romeo, who is in the district final. They beat Lasser by 20. They beat Seaholm handily. They beat Harrison handily. Yes, they had the 6-game road trip, which was tough.
Well, everybody's going to look at February because everybody's going to look at that month.
I would not say it's a disappointment at all. I think that some of the seniors gave it all they had. You know, I'm not saying that you know, and it was a disappointment by any means. It's just that I think that people wanted them to do more, and it, you know, and
yeah, but in that Clarkson,
it is what it is.
In the Clarkson game, you know, they couldn't make shots. McCarty missed 3 layups.
Yep.
And of course, you know, that whole fourth quarter, you know, it was like a kind of a struggle.
Well, you also want to give Clarkson some credit too.
Yeah, got to give them credit.
No.
Played good defensively. Dasuki had a big game for him, and of course, Hancock also for them. I was very surprised about that. Let's see what happens. You know, next year, of course. Next year, this team will be good again.
And I mean, next year we'll see what happens with this group. Next year they lose quite a bit of players. They lose Roman Kuster, Chaz Miller, Connor Stallings, DeMonte Cruz, Tyler Martoya, all really good players that had really good careers for Lake Orion.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Nothing to be ashamed about.
No.
But next year they'll be very senior laden.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what happens next year.
Yep.
All right, let's get the call-outs. All right. I want you to look at that Avalanche jersey very closely, ladies and gentlemen. Shows one of the greatest hockey teams around. My first call-out, a pack mule. Why? Simple. He should retire from the league. He needs to get away from the NHL. He has no business being in this league. Franzen, you just need to just leave the NHL right off the sunset and just scram. No one wants you in this league, not even the Wings. My next call out, Red Wing fans.
Okay.
It's simple.
Okay.
It's really simple.
Go ahead.
You simply suck.
Oh, yeah?
You suck.
Okay.
All right, and that's it.
Wow, that was quick.
Any comment from you on that?
Huh?
Any comment from you on that before I do mine?
Yeah. As a Red Wing fan who was at the game when the Wings beat the Avalanche, I don't care what you say. I had a great time.
Okay.
I loved watching the pack mule on a breakaway score over your guy's shoulder, top shelf.
I hate pack mules.
It was fun.
I hate pack mules.
All right. Well, my call today, I got 2 people. First one I have an issue. He is a basketball player at Lake Orion who made a projection that Lake Orion should be in the OA Gold for next year. Ladies and gentlemen, number 34, Nate Markham. Nate Markham, why? Let's look at it here that I heard that you said that Orion should be in the Gold next year. Would you want to see Orion play Hazel Park twice a year? Are you kidding me? You know, you win the blue, you share the blue, you have the option of moving up. You know, to the white, which I think is going to be more likely going to be the scenario for Orion next year. But also, they could stay in the blue. I mean, there is no, it's like 0.00 chance that Orion will be in the OA Gold next year.
Enrollment.
And the other thing would be, and also is enrollment. Orion has got one of the largest enrollments in the entire state of Michigan. Do you think it would be an ultimate embarrassment if Orion is in the Gold with that enrollment? Nate Markham, good player. You have crazy dunks. You just got to get your OA league alignments straight. Okay? Yeah. All right, my last one. I had an issue with this guy yesterday. Been thinking about it all day. Today. And this guy is the head coach, Rochester Adams, John Hall. John Hall, why? You know, I know you got a fiery temper, okay? And I know you got ejected last year for getting into an altercation with the ref. Last night against Oxford, of all people, you know, you say sub. I'm doing the clock. I said, I got it. Easy. And you say, like, don't easy me 4 times. That tells me, do you have any respect for clock operators like me? Are you? John Hall, I'm very disappointed. Just calm yourself down and give some respect to the scorer's table. That's all I'm asking.
Keep calm and carry on.
You know, when we had the Romeo Clarkson game last night, of course, Romeo, very nice, very kind, very respectful. Show some respect, please, to the scorer's table, please. And just coach your kids. Okay? That's all I'm asking.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
What a jerk at John Hall, huh?
Well, he's passionate, you know. I mean, he really cares about his kids, and, you know, I mean, I think that he was in the heart of the moment yesterday. I think, which happens with coaches. Sometimes they get in the heart of the moment where they just, it's kind of tough. It's like an emotion thing.
Yeah, but still, you got to give.
I don't know if he truly meant it or not. I mean, who knows?
Got to give respect to clock operators.
I agree.
Got to.
I agree.
Especially when they're Taorminas, huh?
Well, I mean, I think a lot of it might have had to do with Adams hadn't been to Lake Orion in a year, and they should have, known. Especially from last year. So.
All right. You guys all set?
Yep.
You feel good?
Yes.
Okay.
I love this jersey.
All right. I'm going to take that down now.
No, you are not.
As we ride off into the sunset.
No, you are not.
Yep. Thank you for joining us. God bless. Good night.
Bye.
Here, let me grab that. Let me just grab that real quick. I'm just going to grab that.
No, you are not.
Here, I'm going this.